the different aspects of QRadar, right? So in today's session, we'll go and understand about what is mean by this QRadar exclusively and where from we can download, what are the prerequisites we required, and you know where we can download this QRadar and all that I will explain for the day. Okay. So as we discussed yesterday, QRadar is a not a single product, it is a group of multiple products, right? It is a basically it is a project where we have an option to IBM QRadar. When I'm talking about IBM QRadar, it is a project. So as we discussed yesterday, it is an OS. It is an OS. Now, if you see, it is a basically I said this is a RHEL OS, embedded OS with conclusion of QRadar software, right? QRadar software. So in the QRadar software, what are the different softwares in embedded software that we have seen? The one is Tomcat, the second one is aerial database, the third one is PostgreSQL, the fourth one is Docker, right? So now the concern is what now it is a very big OS. As I said, it is a size of around 6.2 GB of, and we know the latest version is 7.5.0 update 13. Now we know everything. Now to install this particular 6.2 GB of ISO, what is the minimum prerequisites we required? Minimum hardware requirements. The most important is something like minimum hardware requirements. So if you don't have this minimum requirements, you can't install the system. You can't install in a system if you don't have a minimum hardware configuration. Now, what is the minimum hardware configuration we require to install only this OS? As I said, we have two type of models of QRadar. One is all-in-one, where one system is installed with event collector plus event processor plus console, right? At the same time, we have another system called, it is something like event collector, event processor, and console. Three systems. So at any cost, if you see in this area and in this area, here we have three times OS, 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 OS. OS with Tomcat, OS with Postgres plus PGSQL here, OS with Aerial DB, OS with Aerial DB. See, like this, it will be get installed. Now you can see so we have OS plus Aerial DB, OS plus Aerial DB, OS plus Tomcat plus PGSQL. In this fashion, you will generally get in a distributed environment. So when you are installing a distribution, okay, when you are installing for a distribution. Now the question comes here. Now an important question comes here. What is the minimum hardware requirement? Whether it is a distribution environment or an all-in-one, we required a minimum of 4-core system. This is the minimum configuration. But the recommended is 8-core system. Okay. So what I used to tell is something like the minimum what QRadar is saying is 4-core, but with the 4-core, it takes 3 hours to get installed. How many minimum hours is something like 3 hours to get. Whereas with 8-core, it takes 2 hours. And it is very fast in nature and it is very slow in nature. So better opt in such a fashion where if you have 8 cores, you better opt 8 core, or if you have 8 core, or let's say if it is doesn't have 8 core also, right? You better to opt 6 core at least, right? At least 6 core. 6 core or 8 core is a recommended, right? So you understood, right? So it is most important. So the minimum requirement for hardware is something like 4 core, but the recommended is 8 core, but if not 8 core, at least 6 core. Okay. Now minimum RAM required is at least 16 GB here. Okay, 16 GB of RAM. The minimum cores, the processor is 4 core. Minimum RAM is 16 GB. But here at least a 24 GB is the minimum RAM. If it is DDR4, we always recommended at least 24 GB of RAM. So see, with 16 GB, okay, but 24 GB, or in fact, I can recommend 32 GB of RAM for recommended installation of 7.5.0. Now, we required at least 200 GB of storage. So now this is totally dependent on how much you want to integrate the log sources. If you are integrating, sometimes it will fill up in one day. Sometimes it may take a 1 month if it is a training lab. So but the minimum I used to recommend is something like 400 GB. If you have, it's a good, that is 2 TB it's an excellent in condition. So 32 GB, 8 TB, 2 TB is excellent in condition when you are going for an all-in-one installation. Whereas 400 GB, 24 GB, 6 GB, if you are going for a test environment, recommended. This is totally 8, 32, 2 TB is an excellent configuration. 400, 200, 24 GB and 6 core processor is a recommended. Minimum is 16, 4 and 200. It's you have to remember. If you are going as a minimum, it is 4, 16, 200. Recommended is something like 6, 24 and 400. Recommended. In fact, the best configuration for any activity is something like 8, 32 and 2 TB. So this is what you must remember. Okay. So whenever you install any configuration, you at least go off to this one. If you have configuration, it is always recommended. So what is the best configuration? What is the recommended configuration I used to tell? 24 GB RAM, 6 core processor and 400 GB storage space, right? This is what the minimum requirement. Now the question is, this is for all-in-one. Is it the same for Android OS? For distribution environment? Almost recommended the same, whether it is a single distribution, a single AIO or a multiple on a different. If you cannot say, you can take this one minimum as a recommended for separate. If you are going for separate, 4, 16, 200 is the recommended one. But for the all-in-one, recommended is 24, 6, 400. If you are making 3 different systems, then 4, 16, 200 is the minimum requirement everywhere. Okay. 4 core processor, 16 GB RAM and 200 GB storage space for distribution environment. But for all-in-one, it is 6 core, 24 core, so 24 GB and 400 GB RAM for your all-in-one. Okay. So you must remember this because it's an interview question, as well as, even while you are configuring, you will feel this. Okay. That's why I'm telling you guys. So it's most important. Right? So now we understood about the minimum requirements and maximum, best configuration and recommended configuration. Now the question comes, how can I download this particular OS? From where this particular IBM QRadar can download? Yesterday I told you guys, faster in manner, from where you need to download and all, right? So it is very simple. You need to go to IBM Fix Central. There is a word called IBM Fix Central, right? So when I go here, see the first page itself, IBM Support Fix Central. So this is the place where you need to download your all software related to IBM and especially QRadar. So when you select here, so there is an option here, find a product or select a product. You can choose either of the way, but I have a keyword, so I'm typing, let's say SIEM. When I type SIEM, I got this option, IBM Security QRadar SIEM, right? Just I'll click on this. Once I click, it is asking me the which version of SIEM that you want to download. So let's say I want to go for 7.5.0. Now, which platform? I want to go for all platform so that I can see all the available softwares over there. Okay. Now I can go towards continue. Once it is connected, see, it is asking me browse for fixes. See. So just click on the browse for fixes, or if you know the exact IDs, you just type here, but it is not recommended. It is go for a browse for fixes. Click on next. Now it is searching for the fixes for IBM 7. QRadar SIEM 7.5.0. It is searching for all the data. Once it fixed, it is identified. It will give you in a different, So you have these many options. You have firmware, auto update, marketplace, data collector, DLC, DSM, entry fixes, ISO, protocols, RPMs. So these many different categories of, content is available for this particular version. So out of this, what we required the full bundle of OS, right? So where I need to go, there's an option called ISO, right? So just click on ISO. See, there's an option here. So just click on this ISO so that it will go to the ISO area. See, we are at here. And you can see there is a key. There's a key means it is under logged. So whoever have permissions to log into this system, they can only download. But this doesn't have key. See, this has a key symbol. This doesn't have. If you want to download this protocol, you can download without any issue. But if you want to download this ISO, you have to see. I will show you. It is asking me to log in, right? I will log in with my Gmail. Which see, I will log in with the two users. One is with Gmail. I have the permission because I created once upon a time. Now it is even not possible for a common people to create. Okay. This is the password. See, it is asking me download options. See, download by using HTTPS. When I go continue, it will show an error. When I'm requesting the orders, it will show an error. See, you don't have IBM support argument and you don't have any licenses. So it is not giving me the order. See, right? Contact your ID with software vendor. Error, no applicable agreement as found. Okay. So you can see here. Now, how can I download if I am connected with my, IBM and all? Whereas when I go to my, if I go to again Fix Central, if I go to older versions, let's say if I go to 7.4.0, if I go to all, and if I go to 7 point, some of the versions I can download. See, browse for fixes. If I go to older version, 7.4.0, 7.5.0, 7.6.0, 7.7.0, 7.8.0, 7.9.0, 7.10.0, 7.11.0, 7.12.0, 7.13.0, 7.14.0, 7.15.0, 7.16.0, 7.17.0, 7.18.0, 7.19.0, 7.20.0, 7.21.0, 7.22.0, 7.23.0, 7.24.0, 7.25.0, 7.26.0, 7.27.0, 7.28.0, 7.29.0, 7.30.0, 7.31.0, 7.32.0, 7.33.0, 7.34.0, 7.35.0, 7.36.0, 7.37.0, 7.38.0, 7.39.0, 7.40.0, 7.41.0, 7.42.0, 7.43.0, 7.44.0, 7.45.0, 7.46.0, 7.47.0, 7.48.0, 7.49.0, 7.50.0, 7.51.0, 7.52.0, 7.53.0, 7.54.0, 7.55.0, 7.56.0, 7.57.0 See if I go to ISO this time, right? Now there is no locks, right? This is also ISO. This is also ISO. This is also ISO. But when I click on this, there is no locks. You can directly download this version. See, when I click I agree, see there's an option is giving. See, I can able to download because it doesn't have the key option. You people can download this, but that version is not possible. When I go to 7.5, it will not allow us. So how can I download? For that, we required a organization's login. So what I'll do, I will log out from this. I will log out from this and I will log in with the organizational area. Okay. See, I logged in with my organization profile this time. I don't want to claim what is that. So now if I go IBM Fix Central on the other this one, when I go to IBM Fix Central, now I will search for the same 7.5.0. But this time I am able to download because I am with the organizational login page. Okay. Where I have a license authorization at my organization. Okay. Now if I click on the same ISO, this time it will directly tell you that I think it is taking my previous one. I need to close and I need to restart. Or I'll go in incognito mode. Wait a while. Once again, I'll connect. See, now search for the key SIEM, right? Then the version and the platform. Okay, now go next. First of access, continue. Select ISO. See, update 13 is there. Just click on it. It is checking. See, now I have given with an option. See, when I go HTTPS and click, it will ask me a license agreement and it will directly see. It is asking me agree. When I click agree, see the page comes 6.2 GB, right? So when I click on this, it will start download. See, started. See.
Yep. Hello.
Right? Yeah.
Sir, if I have the business email, that is enough to download this QRadar one.
Yes, you required actually uh, business business mail only. If you have with your organization's business, then only it will work.
Sir, 10 minutes mail, like a temp mail, does it work for this one?
Temp mail,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
temp mail don't work. Earlier it used to work, but nowadays it's not working.
Okay.
It was earlier it was very easy to create a user and we can download, but nowadays it's not possible at all. You try with any such kind of things, it is not possible. You required business email to download your ISO. Other than that, if you have IBM ID, if somewhere if you are trying to log in with any business mail, though you don't have this one, let's say you don't have an agreement with the IBM, you can download other things, but not the ISO. At all, if you have a mail ID, business mail ID, like if you have organizations mail ID, let's say I have an info at the rate trinixglobal.com. In this case, what we have trinixglobal.com. It is a business mail. But what the problem here? Here, I don't have licenses from, I don't have an, if I don't have an agreement with IBM, I can create an account here anyway. I can create an account, but I can't create, I can't download this particular ISO. But other small stuff like other I like you if you wanna download some other content, you can download like RPM files, smaller things like fixes, those things that you can download. Okay, but
Okay.
not ISO. For ISO, you require the license agreement. That's why I told shown you right that there is a key symbol. Key symbol can only be accessed by exclusively accessed by the agreement holders only.
Sir, is there any limit for one business email? Your
Nothing like
email.
you can download 100 times, 1000 times, but if you have permission, you can download.
Oh, okay. Thank
Yeah.
you.
See, like I have an email, my organization's email. I am logging in with my login, my organization's login, so I can download 100 times, no problem. See, now it is even getting downloaded. Okay, it's getting downloaded. See, right? See, it is possible.
Sir, last one question, sir.
Yeah.
Is the community edition and this one is both are different, right?
Different community edition. For the community edition also you required to download by using any organization's mail only. There also nowadays they are not allowing. You required for community edition also you required at least an organization email to create and you download. Personal accounts is not authorized. So if you are trying also, right, let's say I will show you example. If I log out, if I log out with my these things, if I try to create an IBM ID, let's say if I'm creating a login into my IBM. So now if I want to create my IBM ID, there earlier it used to connect with a, earlier it was used to connect with a LinkedIn. It was very simple. And we used to give a Gmail ID, such kind of stuff. But nowadays it is asking me direct business email. See, if I don't give business email, you cannot log in into this particular area itself. So let's say I will show you, I will create for, let's say, Vishnu at Trinix global.com. See, this is my Vishnu at trinixglobal.com is my business email. So let's say I'm creating a password for this, right? First name is CH Vishnu Vardhan. The company is in Trinix Global. Okay. Now next you can verify the token. So I'm verifying my token. Wait, I will show you how to configure and all because I have an option, so I can show you guys. I might have got the mail. Yeah. It is 9937520. Right. See. IBM created. One account is created. Can see. This is the easiest method. Right? See now you can see I have my everything with me, right? Now if I go to IBM Fix Central, here also if I show who I am, profile, if you see I am so and so, see, right, Vishnu? Now when I go back and do the same searching here, right? Connect. It will say directly you don't have any agreements with us. It will deny. See again is that this lock symbol is there. When I click on this, it will verify with me and it will directly deny. I'll do one thing. I'll pause this because it's a bit. It's hanged, I think. Let's log in once again. It's unable to find the actual key. That's why it is stuck somewhere. So it happens when you such kind of things, right? So when it is doesn't have the licenses, it used to stuck somewhere like this. So you can exit the page. It is unable to identify the license, right? So you can go back and you can try once again, but it will not allow you. I know very well. I tried multiple times with a variety of mails. I have multiple mails connections with IBM, but of course it will not allow you. When I click ISO, this is the it will directly deny after this. See, you got an error. Though I did it from a business email. You can see my profile. Right? Still it is denied because you don't have any agreement.
Vishnu, for older versions, it is not required, right? Directly you can download.
Yeah, for 7.4, it will not, there is no problem at all.
Okay.
It's the same point of time. But for that also you require a business mail, right? At
Yes,
least you
yes.
require a and
Yes,
you can
yes.
try for this update version 3 also. Maybe this update version 3 may downloadable. Some older versions, if you go some older versions, right? So it may download it is downloadable. No, it is also not downloadable. See, it is not allowing it. But it was something like 7.5.0 was downloadable at that particular time, not now. Okay. It is now nowhere options. If you have a license, proper license, then only you can download. But other than that, let's say you want to download this. This is a fixed pack. Like you don't want to download ISO. Let's say you want to download, let's say, some other, let's say interim fixes. See, wherever you found this key, right, you can't download. See, this interim keys, whenever you found this key symbol, right? But here, this is not there is no key symbol. You can download this. See, when I click this, it will get downloaded. You will get an option to get an order and it will get even downloadable. See, it is directly asking to get download because it doesn't have the key option, right? Key means the latest version and those those services are only valid only for prime users. Okay, the key symbol is there. When you find any key symbol, that means it is valid for only exclusively for valid for prime members. That is license holders, right? So this is the way you can download anyway. Let's say you can click on RPM. See, this RPM is not possible. But other than this, if you want to go for other RPMs, like these RPMs are possible to download. Like this is free. You can download all this. Like there's a marketplace is there. There's a marketplace, cloud marketplace. You can download all this without any issue. So if you want to download this, data collectors, right? Like DLCs, if you want to download DLC, disconnected log collector, checkpoint DSMs, like say there are so many things. Most of the cases is downloadable except the major softwares. Okay. See, all these are downloadables, right? Like when you go to WinCollect also, right? You can download WinCollect packages. See, WinCollect package, WinCollect package, WinCollect. All these are downloadable because these are agents. Agents can be downloadable. Agent doesn't require anything, right? So for the WinCollect, if you want to download this is an agent you can download without any issue, right? So like if at all you created any email also, right? I shown you by creating one email. This is my organization's email. So I tried with this, but still it is not allowing. The only best option is you can go to other areas like Xforce Exchange, Xforce IBM, like this is called as Xforce IBM, Exchange Xforce. Here you can utilize to download the other things. Like you can use the same login ID. You can say you can use the same login ID to go there and download something like see, when I select I am a student, so it will take you to new subscription and will directly send to you your Exchange Express, where you can download again those things. Like there are some applications used to be there. You can download those applications, right? So you can, if you want to download, like if you want to go for App Exchange, there's something called App Exchange is also there. App Exchange, IBM. There you can shift App Exchange. This one, apps.export.ibm cloud. So here you can download some of the apps. See, this is very fine. I don't want this. It's mandatory. I can enrollment. Let's go to email. Give a you can download any application from now onwards. From here onwards, you can download any application. If you want any configurable categories, you can download from here. So you have SIEM solution. With respect to SIEM solution, there are 328 applications are available. You can click on this. Let's say this is the one we want to download. Let's say we want to download. These are actually various types. Let's say log source management. If I want to download this, I just click and there's an option comes download. I can download. So these softwares are free. These applications are free, like Play Store. It is like a Play Store. See, when I click download, see acceptance, it's downloaded. It's done. It's done even because applications are very small. So you can download any application once you have an agreement on your common any of your account, but it must be a business mail, right? So this is a way you can configure, you can download your various things, and if you have any difficulty to download and the minimum requirement and all right, so you must go through this. I will share, of course, the recommended one is already there in my documentation. I will share the documentation. So I know by today you people come to know how to download an OS, what is the minimum requirement. I hope it's very clear, right? So now,
Yes.
yeah, now question comes here. Now how to set up my home lab? Now, if I want to install the same thing on my home lab, what is the minimum requirements? Home lab. For the home lab setup, can you set up in a normal desktop or a laptop? Yes, it is possible, but with this configuration. Minimum 32 GB RAM is required. Then only you can give 16 GB, right? Then only you can give to your application, you can give. So for the home lab, there is a small requirement is there. The minimum 32 GB RAM, 500 GB storage, and a minimum 8-core processor is required in your lab. For this, it may be a laptop or desktop. Okay, it may be laptop or desktop. You require this configuration, then only you can. So in the home lab, what you will do? you will require a VMware workstation that I will share it with you. I will share the VMware workstation. Okay. The second is VMware Workstation 17. I will share it with you people. And the OS, that is 7.5.0 update 13 latest version, that I will share it with you. No worry. During the sale, these two, of course, in the market, if you want to purchase this, it costs you something like 4,999. This is of course free, no worry. But 7.5.0 QRadar, it will not available in the market. If you want, you will get it at a 4,999. But I am giving these two link by I think in a day or two. I will share the link. You just download. Okay. So when you installing, I will tell you first you install VMware Workstation 17 in your system. After that, I will tell you the procedure how to install an OS. Now, people have a doubt, sir, I don't have this much big workstation, because generally people don't used to have this much big system. It is not possible. Generally, it's very few people maintain this because it costs you more than 1.5 lakhs. So now what is an alternate? What is an alternate? Is there any alternate? Yes, there is an alternate. You can choose AWS or Azure Cloud, where you can create a account and you can go for a mission creation. VM you can create there, and same you can upload these two in the mission. But what it will cost you? It will cost you something like 7,000 to 8,000 per month on an average with this configuration. Now again, will you afford 7,000 to 8,000 is a matter. If you want to practice, if there is no option, you have to go for the practice, right? You have to practice at 7,000. But again, no problem. If you don't want to spend 7 to 8,000, no problem. We have another final option, that is my labs. This is called as a Trinix Labs. Trinix Labs. So these Trinix Labs are available for you with the same configuration. Like, I will give you something like 40 GB of RAM, 10 core of processor, and 500 GB of storage. With this configuration, with all facilities like VMware OS, that is QRadar OS, and Linux, one Linux machine, one Windows machine, everything. These will be available, and this will be available for 2,500 per month. That's it. It's very reasonable. So if anyone, it's not mandatory. If your system is manageable, you can manage. If someone has free accounts in the AWS and Azure, they can use that. If those things are not available, if the system is not available, if this is also not available, if this facility is, you don't want to opt, you don't want to spend 7 to 8,000, and you want to use for a 1 month or a 2 months for a longer period. So if anyone takes for 3 months of lab, I'm giving it directly 6,000. If anyone takes, that is 2,000 into 3. So like you will get a very good option here. If you want to go for a month wise, it will be 2,500. If you're going alone for a 3 months option, there is a 6,000. So like this particular facility is available to you guys, it's not mandatory. First of all, I'm telling, and it's not even broadcasting something, or let's say an ad. It is just for the sake of this particular labs exclusively created for a training people. So those who are interested, for them only, I prepared this. This is totally changed. There is no mandatory because we prepared this labs for the sake of trainees. Those they are in need. So I prepared this particular data center for the sake of the people. So this is exclusively separate, and there is no mandatory. Okay. So anyone interested, they can contact me on this number. This is my WhatsApp number 9540161922. Or you people are already there in the group, right? There also you can request, sir, we required a lab and all. So we will provide you guys. Okay. So tomorrow, what we will do, we will start installing the first session, that is installation of our QRadar. Okay. So we will install, and along with that, we will also understand the basic what is QRadar and what is the deployment architecture. QRadar deployment architecture, as I said, right? Deployment architecture. What is EC plus EP plus console? On how many types we can deploy this? Can we deploy as an application? Can we deploy as an appliance? Can we deploy them as a hardware? So, and what are the different options we have? We will see that in a tomorrow session, along with the installation. Okay. So this is all about for the day, guys. Any doubts for the day?
Hello.
Yeah, Nagarjun.
Sir, if I want to go with the distributed deployment, like event collector and event processor, like these are the hardware devices, or like it's like a systems like OS.
All see this that's what I'm telling. This distributor, if I want to go for a distribution, right? These first three different missions, so three different hardwares. Got it? This is event collector and this is event processor. This is a console. So what I will do, first we will create one VM here. There's another VM here, another VM. Three different VM. In the three areas, RHEL 8 will be get installed. RHEL 8 will be get installed first. Once RHEL installed, then the application get installed. Like for EC, EC related application. For EP, EP related application. For console, console related application. Then we will merge with console. Got it? Then all will be in a one under one tree, under the vicinity of console. Got it? So this is the way we will go and see. I will show you. I will install console. I will install at least an event collector and we will merge it. Okay?
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. So this is what the first, last theoretical day, I can say. From tomorrow onwards, exclusively practical and no other theory. Theory means something like I will explain like this and I will go for the practical only. So tomorrow will be the first installation, that is QRadar installation. Be ready for that and we'll have very fun from tomorrow onwards. Please do join immediately, and it's humble request to join so that at least I can provide you the documentation and the required softwares. Otherwise, you people get lagged. So please do join immediately. Those who have not joined, those who have joined, just confirm in the group so that I can. I will of course confirm from the Lokesh. So those who have joined, just tell me. I will share the link to them. Okay, so that people can access to the details. Right. So guys, that's all for the day. We'll meet in tomorrow session. If you have any queries, throw in the group. We'll be there. Okay. Thank you so much. Some message come up. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Sachin. Thank you so much.